Sup guys, it's Gooby from Honey Yu-Gi-Oh! And today we're going to be talking about Geargia. So we're going to be doing a new segment. Not going to be weekly, I don't know how often I'll do it, but what we're going to be talking about is just different decks that are really good. And the deck I'm going to be talking about this week is Geargia. Now, I'm sure a lot of us know what Geargia is. It's the new machine deck. Like how there was Gadgets and Karakuri and the Machina, now we have Geargia. And Geargias are really busted, but at the same time they're also very fair and even. You can't just open, drop a turn, and win every single last game that you play. It takes time to play it. Sometimes you open with Arsenal and nothing else. So you have to normal summon Arsenal, tribute it, and special summon Armor. And then set Armor and pass turn. Sometimes you just open Armor, you have to set it, pass turn, set a couple back row, you're good. The thing that makes this deck kind of busted though is the fact that it's hard to get over some of these creatures. If you're going second, your opponent set Geargia Armor. You don't know what its stats are, you don't know that it's actually Geargia Armor. You summon, for example's sake, Stratos. You go and got your search, then you swing it the face down, thinking, oh, what's it going to be? Just some weak attempt at defense? And to your unfortunate demise, it turns out to be a Geargia Armor. From there, they're going to get their pull. They're going to pull something out of the deck. Then you're like, okay, that's cool. What can they do? So, they pulled Geargia Accelerator with Geargia Armor. Next turn, they have Geargia Arsenal, Geargia Accelerator, and Geargia Accelerator in hand. They can normal summon Arsenal. They can normal summon Arsenal, tribute it, get Armor, flip it. With the face up one, they can special summon Geargia Accelerator and Geargia Accelerator and overlay for Shockmaster. Or, another thing they could do is overlay the accelerators for Gear Gigant X and attach and pull an accelerator to hand. And from there, special summon Accelerator, overlay, and go for Utopia or another Gear Gigant X or whatever the fuck they want to go for. It doesn't matter, it's a rank 4. Another great thing about this deck is that it's very splashable with the Machina engine. Those of you who don't know what the Machinas are, they came out in the Machina Mayhem structure deck a few years back. The best cards to come out of the structure that was in the structure was Machina Gear Frame and Machina Fortress. Now, it didn't come out until the Protagonist Collection, but the great card that comboed well with the Fortress was Machina Cannon, which acted as a Monster Reborn. And that deck puts a lot more utility and a lot more beat sticks to the Geargias. This deck is kind of like if you combined Gadgets with 6 Samurai in the way of how well they can spam. Because like with the Gadgets, it takes time to actually get it going. Once it's going, it's going. And with 6 Sams, it just goes. So let's go ahead and go over some of the cards in this deck. We have Geargia Armor. What it does is, you can flip this card face down once per turn. When this card is flipped face up, search your deck for a Geargia monster and add it to hand. Not too bad, not too broken in the way of the effect, except for its stats. The stats make it kind of busted because its stats is, I think it's 1000 attack and 1900 defense. The 1900 defense is what makes it really good and makes it really hard to get over. Geargia Arsenal is, you can tribute this card to special summon a Geargia monster from the deck. And Geargia Accelerator is, you can special summon this card if you control another Geargia monster. Note that I did not say if you control another Geargia monster besides Geargia Accelerator. So, it's like he's on, but even more broken, because you don't have to have Geargia Accelerator or Geargia Arsenal or Geargiano on board to special summon Geargia Arsenal. Accelerator. My bad. Now, some of the other cards that I have mentioned that go well with this deck is Machina Gear Frame. What it is, it's basically Stratos for Machinas. And what you do is you search out either your fortress or your cannon, depending on the situation. And also, you can equip him to a machine monster. So you can equip Machina Gear Frame to Gear Gigantex, and it can't be destroyed for that turn. Not for the turn. And it can't be destroyed once. And Machina Fortress is, you can pitch machine monsters whose level equal 8 to special summon this monster from the hand or the grave. Now what's really cool about special summoning him from the hand is that he can be part of his cost. So you can pitch Geargia Accelerator and Machina Fortress to special summon Machina Fortress. If he's targeted by a monster card effect, you can look at your opponent's hand and discard a card, and if he's destroyed by battle, he can pop a face-up monster on your opponent's side of the field. So if he's run over by Elemental Hero the Shining, he can pop the Shining. Call it good. And Machina Cannon, in this case, is pretty much just the monster reborn for Fortress. You normally pitch it to special summon Fortress out of the grave. But if you wanted to, you could pitch a whole bunch of Machina monsters. Not Machinas. If you wanted to, you could pitch a whole bunch of machine monsters from the hand to special summon him to have a big attack boost. The only problem with him, though, is that he is very susceptible to Valor. But he's a 22 defender, so he's pretty cool. So there's a lot of utility to this deck they can have, especially in the way the extra deck do, because there's Gear Gigantex. I'm not even going to bother reading it. There's Utopia, Maestroke, Shockmaster, Sharkdrake. This deck pukes boss monsters. But the thing is that it takes a few turns. That's why I say that it's the most evenly busted deck. But that's all for this video. Leave any comments down in the section below. And you can hit us up on Facebook and Google+. Well, I'm Gooby from Mahana Yu-Gi-Oh! And I'll see you all next time.